With that sauce a little too spicy for you, sport?
Adam Richman was the host of Travel Channel's Man vs. Food from 2008 to 2012. He took on a lot of insane eating challenges to the delight or disgust of many viewers. The show has been off the air for a while, so it's time we revisited some of his spicy food challenges. Let's look back at 10 times Adam Richman takes on spicy food on Man vs. Food.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Nuclear flavor explosion.
You know what's more destructive than a nuclear bomb?
Chicken wings.
Adam Richman seemed enthusiastic about his trip to Quaker Steak and Lube in Pittsburgh, PA. That is, right up until he sunk his teeth into the first of 6 of this restaurant's atomic wings.
Why the face?
Nothing. I just love chicken wings so much.
These famous wings are featured in the Atomic Wing Challenge. Contestants, or victims, depending on your point of view, agree to sign a waiver that absolves Quaker Steak and Lube of any responsibility for any ill effects that might result from participating in the Atomic Wing Challenge. According to Richman, these particular hot wings rate a score of 150,000 on the Scoville scale. The score apparently means each wing's spiciness would feel like at least 40 jalapeno peppers, or a whopping 240 peppers for the plate of 6 wings. Richman started out strong, supported by a glass of milk. He was clearly in distress after finishing just the first wing, but he soldiered on. There is no time limit, but the quicker you finish, the better. He did indeed complete the challenge with his body drenched in sweat.
What is this feeling? My body is burning!
He then immediately doused his face with milk to cool the burn. For a job well done, Richman earned a bumper sticker and his name on the Wall of Flame at Quaker Steak and Lube. Warrior Tuna. Many of us think of Bushido as the Japanese warrior code, but to food lovers everywhere, it's a sushi restaurant in Charleston, South Carolina. Bushido's offers a spicy tuna roll challenge that requires participants to eat 10 progressively more spicy tuna rolls. Hundreds of people have attempted this challenge, but Adam Richman was trying to become only the 9th person to successfully complete it. Winners are honored by getting their name added to the Legends of the Roll list.
You've made me my rolls. You've made me very afraid. I'm ready to become a legend.
But before he could accept the honor, he had to endure sweat and shake-inducing spicy tuna rolls. Although he had his trusty glass of milk by his side, it didn't really help quell his pain. By the time he swallowed the 6th spicy roll, Richman was visibly sweating. The 10th roll included flaming hot red chili and something called sulfuric sauce, which does sound extremely spicy.
My mouth! My beautiful mouth!
To the victor go the spoils, and Richman enjoyed the victorious moment when his name was added to the storied Legends of the Roll.
I am the golden god of this place! I reign supreme!
To hell and back.
I don't like the sound of that.
Over in Salt Lake City, Utah, a Japanese restaurant called Kobe is famous for a food challenge called the Spicy Tuna Hellfire Challenge. The ordeal starts off with worthy contestants having to down 3 rolls of sushi featuring varying levels of the restaurant's Hellfire sauces. But that's just the appetizer. The main course is a whole other animal. You must fully consume an entire 6-piece roll of spicy tuna, all with the incendiary level 7 Hellfire sauce.
Whoa, I just got real scared. I just got really, really scared.
Things start off well for Adam. He puts down the levels 4, 5, and 6 appetizer pieces with relative ease, but things take a turn for the spicier when Adam goes in for the real challenge, level 7. He's clearly struggling to eat these and quickly reaches for his milk before stating that,
Oh, it doesn't even help.
by the 5th piece of the sushi roll, Adam is in literal tears and we aren't sure if he'll be able to finish. With 1 piece left and the crowd cheering him on, Adam puts down the last piece of level 7 and everyone, including the chef, is there to applaud his victory. Adam sums things up perfectly by saying he might be in pain, but he's won a t-shirt and spicy food glory. Shut up and eat. A lot of places think they make the best barbecue, but in Little Rock, Arkansas, there is a place where they make the hottest barbecue. The Mean Pig Barbecue boasts of a pulled pork sandwich topped with a habanero-based barbecue sauce that is so spicy, it's called Shut Up Juice. Adam Richman's Man vs. Food Challenge was made for just this kind of larger-than-life eating experience. The Shut Up Juice Challenge is actually 2 challenges in one, because first, the challenger has to finish the entire sandwich, but the second part is keeping the spicy pork bomb down for 5 minutes.
Bring it on. Can't shut me up. Can't tame this.
The hot habanero barbecue sauce shut Richman up pretty quickly, and he was feeling the effects of the spice with only a quarter of the sandwich finished.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
However, he rallied with an infusion of cold milk. A dose of dairy helped him stay in the game, but by the time he'd finished half of the sandwich, he was clearly getting into trouble. This was gut check time, and Richman decided he had to dig deep and plow ahead as fast as he could if he was going to finish the challenge.
Focus, Jables. Use all your mental powers.
This strategy worked, and Richman finished the first part of the Shut Up Juice Challenge. But then he had to sit there while every part of him, from his face down to his stomach, simmered with the spicy remnants of the sandwich. He had to keep it down for 5 minutes to complete the challenge. He conquered the Shut Up Juice Challenge and earned his t-shirt and all the milk he could drink. Spice with a side of burger.
I can't. Not again. I'm not strong enough.
Burgers aren't exactly the first thing that comes to mind when you think of spice, but Chunky's Burgers in San Antonio, Texas is here to bring the burger heat. This is called the 4 Horsemen Challenge, and that's because it features 4 of the hottest chili peppers known to man, all in one burger.
That's not ominous.
These 4 are jalapeno, serrano, habanero, and ghost chili peppers. At the time of Adam's visit, there have been over 100 attempts, but only 3 people had defeated it and ended up on the Wall of Flame. Adam puts on some gloves and starts biting into the flaming burger. Even after the first bite, you can see the struggle is real. Adam does not have his usual energy. He just keeps his head down and slowly plows through the burger. But now comes the last 5 minutes, where the burger is fully consumed, but you are still not allowed any cooling remedies. That means no milk, ice cream, or anything you might use to beat the heat.
How can you be so cruel?
This 5-minute endurance test is a big part of the challenge. Adam is sweating profusely and clearly in pain. He states that his stomach hurts, his mouth hurts, and he's trying to speak as little as possible. This is how Adam gets through the final 5 minutes before taking a big gulp of milk and high-fiving anyone and everyone around him. Mission accomplished. Suicide hot wings.
You know, I actually heard about a guy who died while eating hot wings.
Really?
Yeah, he was terminally ill beforehand, though, unrelated.
Adam Richman of Man vs. Food fame is a Brooklyn, New York native and went back to his hometown to face one of his early defeats. In fact, his very first spicy food challenge was at Brooklyn's Buffalo Cantina, and he sadly only ate 1 of 6 so-called suicide wings before conceding defeat.
Everything hurts, and I'm dying.
Richman jumped at a second chance to prove he could survive the Suicide 6 Wings Challenge. He knew he had his work cut out for him when the Buffalo Cantina's judge explained that he only had 6 minutes to finish the 6 wings. Richman revealed his strategy right from the opening wing. Douse the chicken with as much blue cheese dressing as possible and bite off as much meat as possible with each desperate bite. He had good momentum going, but he stalled about halfway through the challenge. After taking a few moments to gather himself, he plunged back into the fight with renewed gusto and tore at the spicy chicken wings with a ferocity he hadn't shown in many of his other challenges. Richman's mindset was made clear when he declared, "This one's for pride." He could certainly feel pride at battling the suicide wings for a second time and coming out alive and well.
Mission accomplished.
30 minutes in hell. In the Little Tokyo neighborhood of Los Angeles, there is a nondescript little restaurant called Orochan Ramen. But don't be fooled by appearances. This little eatery is home to some of the spiciest ramen noodle dishes anywhere. According to the restaurant, as many as 20,000 customers have attempted to beat the Red Hot Ramen Challenge, but only a few hundred have pushed through to victory and had their name added to the Wall of Bravery.
Special number 2.
Is the most exclusive club in this office.
Adam Richman was determined to add this noodle challenge to his Man vs. Food resume, but he wasn't attempting this particular challenge by himself. A pair of fire dancers sat at the table with him to attack the big bowls of noodles and broth. Challengers are given 30 minutes to consume the fiery bowl of food. Richman took on the noodles first and made good progress, but by the time he was a quarter of the way into the countdown, he was definitely feeling the heat.
The tears rolling, the belly's definitely warm.
I have that effect on women.
He held off, refreshing himself with milk for as long as he could. He still had about 10 minutes left when he finished the noodles, but then the real challenge was before him. He had to gulp down every drop of the fiery broth before time ran out. Richman was sweating profusely by this point. With the help of his fans, he persevered and finished the broth. He looked a little queasy, but he'd proudly earned his spot on the coveted Wall of Bravery.
You've not only proven yourself, but you've raised the bar for everyone around you.
Currying Disfavor. Brick Lane Curry House in New York boasts that it makes the spiciest curry dish in the entire United States of America. At first glance, this is a basic chicken and rice curry meal, but when you see the cook wearing a gas mask in the kitchen to protect himself from the 10 different chilies used in the dish, you realize this is anything but basic.
I'm terrified. I have to wear protective gear to have food.
According to Brick Lane Curry House, this dish is as much as 60 times more spicy than jalapeno peppers. So Richman goes into the challenge forewarned.
If you're having any second thoughts, now would be the time to back out.
He also goes in with glasses of milk and Indian mango smoothies. He starts off the challenge okay, but he does feel the overwhelming heat right away. His troubles really begin when about halfway through, he accidentally wipes his face with the towel he used to wipe his hands with.
That wasn't very smart, was it?
This sets his face on fire, but he keeps plugging away at the fall, determined to finish. There is no time limit to consume the 6-ounce dish, but he proceeds at a pretty good pace until he gets to the final bite. Victorious, Richman gladly accepts the free beer he has earned for conquering a spicy food challenge that has a nearly 90% failure rate. The ghost in the sauce.
The salesman promised me that it would burn my face off, make me cry, and turn my organs into jelly.
When you think about what foods are associated with Boston, Massachusetts, you might think of seafood like lobster and clam chowder. But if you're thinking about the spiciest foods in Beantown, then East Coast Grill is where you want to go. 3 nights a year, East Coast Grill hosts Hell Night that features an entire menu of spicy dishes that the chefs dream up. The centerpiece of the menu is the pasta from hell, because each serving of pasta and sauce is made with not 1, but 3 ghost chili peppers. While this is not an actual food challenge, like with a free t-shirt or your name on a wall somewhere, it's about as spicy as pasta gets. Adam starts off by happily taking bites and saying that his producer wants him to be in tears from the heat, but not this time. 10 seconds later, when the heat kicks in, Adam starts doing exactly that.
It's starting to kick in now, isn't it? No, I'm just thinking of something really sad.
Pacing around, tears of heat rolling down his face. He, of all people, should know any dish considered the hottest should never be taken lightly.
You had paid the price for your lack of vision.
Bring the Hellfire.
Yeah, that's Hellfire, all right.
Hellfire is a good name for one of the U.S. Army's missiles because it is intimidating. Hellfire is also a good name for Smoke Eater's hot wings because they are intimidating. The San Jose Eatery challenges its customers to eat a dozen super spicy chicken wings that have been cooked with an overly generous 6 ounces of dried habanero peppers. The official rules are simple: 12 wings in 10 minutes or less.
My mouth and/or nose may bleed profusely? Is that legit?
Adam started out strong, but the sheer intensity of the habanero spice quickly began to overwhelm his senses. Halfway through the challenge, Richman was sweating and tearing up and wishing he had a cold glass of milk in front of him. He didn't back down. He kept going, and he did finish the 12th and final Hellfire wing with time to spare. He then gave the camera a very intense stare, hands and face covered in Hellfire sauce, and was met with an uproarious applause from the crowd of onlookers. Well done, Adam.
An incredible time here, but my face is on fire!
Spice things up with another great video. Just tap that screen. Then hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.